mandala is an ancient symbol of the cosmos and wholeness. The word mandala is Sanskrit for circle. While mandalas have been most notably used in China, Japan, and Tibet, the sacred circle is a cross-cultural symbol that has been celebrated all over the world and more recently embraced by Western secular cultures. In the Americas, Indians have created medicine wheels and sand mandalas. Hildegard von Bingen, a Christian nun in the 12th century, created many mandalas to express her visions and her beliefs. The American Navajo people created impermanent sand paintings, which are still used in spiritual rituals, very much like the sand mandalas created and released by Tibetan monks as symbols of the impermanence of life. From Buddhist stupas to Native American teepees to Muslim mosques to Christian cathedrals to Buckminster Fuller's geodesic domes, the principle of a structure built around a center is a common theme in architecture all over the globe. The circle or mandala appears in all aspects of life, just as we have the celestial circles of sun, moon, and earth. We have our relational circles of friends, family, and community. Representing the universe itself, a mandala is both the microcosm and the macrocosm, and we are all part of its intricate design. For centuries, those who've practiced and have been inspired by Hinduism and Buddhism believe that when you enter into the heart of the mandala, you engage in the process of transforming the entire universe from one of suffering into one of joy and happiness. To create and work intentionally with the mandala can also be a profound and highly personal form of prayer, one that can influence how you see yourself and the unique role you're meant to play here on earth. Carl Jung, for example, used the mandala for his own personal growth and wrote a great deal about his experiences. He said that a mandala symbolizes a safe refuge of inner reconciliation and wholeness. So with all of this in mind, we'd love to invite you to create your own mandala while holding the intention of unifying the gifts from each of your unifying allies. While most mandalas are circular, what matters most here is that you create a structure or a form that's organized around a unifying center. You may create something quite intricate or extremely simple. You may want to draw, paint, color, or doodle your mandala. You might want to create a collage using images that carry the gifts of your unifier allies. You may want to create a mandala in the sand on the beach, or from stones in your garden, or out of words and poetry. Trust in your own creative impulse. Remain present and relax throughout the process. Have fun. And once you've created your mandala, spend time with it. Allow it to inform you, to guide you. Spiral your way into its center with your eyes or your whole body. Hold a unifying prayer in your heart for yourself and for the world. And remember that the mandala is more than an image to be perceived with the eyes. It's a moment of time, a vehicle of transformation, an opportunity to have a visceral experience of inner and outer unification. Now, you and a circle of friends or family might want to explore the unifying power of creating a mandala together as a group. This can be done in an infinite number of ways. You can create mandala quilts, sand mandalas on the beach, garden mandalas. You can even dance a mandala through the sacred art of circle dancing. What matters here is that each of you contributes your unique expression to the whole, and that all of you get to experience the transformative power of communion.
So welcome to the second part of my Unifiers exploration and the journey with the mandala. I was very inspired by Rosy's invitation, and I really felt a very strong intuitive hit to connect with the energy of the mandala. I think there was energy still running through me from my labyrinth experience, and somehow it just felt the right way to go. So within a couple of days of, actually beginning inside the module, I met with a friend who I've only connected with physically for the second time. We first met a couple of years ago in Russia, and we were lucky enough to have this opportunity to meet for the day. And as you can see here, we were sharing tea in nature. We were near the river, in the woods. It was very beautiful. And then we went for lunch in this lovely hotel that was nearby. And we were seated at a table, you can see from here, with the mandala carving. And it just blew me away, and I was really having a good laugh about this. And he was like, "What's so funny? What's so interesting?" And I said, "Well, I've just stepped into the Unifiers, and I've chosen to engage with the mandala, and here we are meeting, just for the second time after such a long time, and having a wonderful day together." And it was just very touching, and so I could really feel that unification energy already, manifesting in my life and showing up in a beautiful way. And then literally probably within 24 hours of meeting with Brian, I then received the sad news that my aunt had passed away. And I already spoke about this in my previous recording. And so over the following days, as I began to collect my mandala pieces in nature, it was really serving as a form of prayer for me. And I was lucky enough to be able to walk at the coast and spend time in the forest here, and I was collecting little rowan berries that had fallen from the tree, and these little shells from the hazelnuts, and the heather that was dying back, and beautiful leaves in the garden. And so it was perfect, really. It was a nourishing time, and it also gave me time to pause, reflect on the wonderful times I shared with my aunt, and give thanks for her life, and to really support her in her transition. And the mandala also served as an altar for a family meditation that I held. So yeah, it's been very graceful. It is all I can say, and it has supported me, and it's also, I feel, supported my family. And in the invitation, Rosy speaks about how the mandala is built around a circle of friendship, of family, of community. And when we engage at the heart of our being, at the center, then, we begin to transform the universe, even if it's in our own small way. So I hope you've enjoyed this little sharing and some of my photographs from my little exploration. And I wish you a very creative process as you begin to explore your own.